309 people, one massive vessel, and not a single SOS before it vanished. The Bermuda Triangle. You think it's a myth, but what you are about to learn tonight will keep you awake for days. March 1918. The USS Cyclops, one of the largest vessels in the U.S. Navy, set sail from Brazil bound for Baltimore, and then silence forever. No wreckage, no bodies, no explanation, even after 106 years. But why did the U.S. government keep those files buried for so long? Today, we pull the truth out of the dark. The Bermuda Triangle. You have heard the name, but what you do not know is this. Someone invented that name deliberately for a very specific reason, and that reason will shock you to your core. In the heart of the Atlantic Ocean lies a region connect 3 points, Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, and you draw a triangle, nearly 500,000 square kilometers of water, and beneath that water, something has been waiting. The story began centuries ago in 1492. As Christopher Columbus sailed through this region, he wrote in his logbook, the compass needle was deviating from true north, and strange dancing lights appeared in the sky above the water. Columbus was frightened that day. His crew fell into panic, but no one believed them when they returned, because it was 1492, and no one understood yet that this was the beginning of a pattern.
The Atlantic. Grant me the ships!
Then slowly, decade by decade, ships began to vanish. 1812, 1840, 1881. Each incident bearing the same signature, no wreckage, no signal, as though the ocean itself swallowed them whole. 1881, the ship, Ellen Austin, drifting in the Atlantic, an abandoned vessel, no crew, but completely intact. The captain of the Ellen Austin sent a team aboard. What happened next defies all reason. The team boarded the ship, sailed. Both vessels moved together, but days later a storm separated them. When the storm cleared, the abandoned ship was drifting again, empty again. Every man gone, again. This is not legend. This is recorded in the Ellen Austin's official logbook, documented in Lloyd's of London insurance records. Where did those 12 sailors go? Were their bodies ever found? No, never found. And this is the most terrifying characteristic of the Bermuda Triangle. People ships, aircraft all vanish, but they leave nothing behind, as if they never existed at all. But the mystery took its most dramatic turn. In 1945, World War II had just ended. The U.S. Navy sent their most experienced pilots on what was supposed to be a routine training mission, Flight 19-5 TBM, Avenger bomber aircraft. 14 experienced naval pilots and crew. The planes flew out, they never came back. But there is something even more terrifying about what happened next. Radio transmissions were recorded. Lead pilot Lieutenant Charles Taylor was heard saying, "We can't be sure where we are. Everything looks strange. Even the ocean doesn't look as it should." A rescue mission was sent. 1 PBM Mariner seaplane. 13 crew flew out to search. They never returned either. A ship in the area reported seeing a burst of flame and oil on the water, and then nothing. 27 people in a single day, in the same area gone. No wreckage was ever recovered. It remains one of the largest peacetime disasters in United States Navy history, and one of the least explained. But this is only the beginning. After Flight 19, the U.S. government launched an investigation, and what that investigation found they never fully disclosed. Why? To answer that question, we must go deeper, into a layer of history where the truth has never been fully brought to light. But the real mystery is still ahead. 1964, a journalist named Vincent Gaddis wrote an article for Argosy magazine. In that article, the term Bermuda Triangle was used for the first time, and from that moment, history changed. But here lies the biggest deception. The statistics Gaddis used were exaggerated. Lloyd's of London, the world's largest maritime insurer, has stated that the accident rate in the Bermuda Triangle is no higher than any other heavily traveled ocean route in the world. So is it all a lie? No. Because here is one shocking statistic that cannot be dismissed. Between 1900 and 2024, at least 1,000 people have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, and for most of them, not a single trace was ever recovered. Scientists have offered explanations. The first theory, methane gas bubbles. Massive deposits of methane hydrate exist on the ocean floor. Occasionally, these destabilize and release enormous gas columns capable of sinking a ship in seconds. The second theory, rogue waves. Before the year 2000, scientists refused to believe that waves exceeding 30 meters were even possible. Then satellite data proved not only are they possible, they occur regularly. The third theory, electromagnetic anomaly. The Bermuda Triangle shows unusual behavior in Earth's magnetic field. This is one of only a few places on Earth where a compass points to true north rather than magnetic north, meaning compasses behave incorrectly here without pilots realizing it. Columbus experienced this magnetic deviation. The strange compass behavior he recorded in 1492, scientists now understand exactly why it happened. But in 1945, the pilots of Flight 19 did not know this, and that ignorance may have killed them. 2016, American and British scientists analyzing satellite imagery discovered hexagonal cloud formations directly above the Bermuda Triangle. These clouds generate what scientists call air bombs, downbursts striking at 170 miles per hour, capable of destroying an aircraft instantly. But even with all these scientific explanations, one question remains unanswered. Why is there never any wreckage? When a plane or ship sinks, debris floats. Oil spreads, fragments surface. But here, nothing. Not once, not ever. In 1973, author Charles Berlitz claimed in his best-selling book that the ruins of the lost civilization of Atlantis lay on the ocean floor beneath the triangle, and that this lost civilization's technology was responsible for capturing ships and aircraft. Mainstream researchers dismiss this as fantasy, but the Bimini Road discovered in 1968 on the sea floor near the Bahamas, a long formation of interconnected massive stone blocks, remains scientifically controversial to this day. But most astonishing of all, a former NASA-affiliated researcher claimed that sonar scans beneath the Bermuda Triangle have revealed pyramid-shaped structures 3 times larger than the Great Pyramid of Giza sitting on the ocean floor. These claims have not been proven, but they have also never been disproven because the complete deep-sea survey of that specific area has never been publicly released. Why not? And who holds that data? And here is where the real mystery begins. In 2013, under the Freedom of Information Act, the U.S. government released certain documents. Within those documents, one phrase recurred repeatedly: instrument failure of unknown cause, in the same area again and again. Instrument failure. Unknown cause repeatedly. Same location. This is not coincidence. This is a pattern. And to understand what drives that pattern, you need to hear about a discovery the government tried to suppress, but the real mystery is still ahead. 2023. Artificial intelligence can now do what was never humanly possible. Researchers used AI to analyze the data of every documented Bermuda Triangle incident from 1900 to 2023. The results extraordinary. The AI analysis revealed the triangle incidents are not random. A specific pattern exists, tied to particular seasons, particular atmospheric conditions, and most critically, to one specific geological feature on the ocean floor directly below. That geological feature is the Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point in the Atlantic Ocean, nearly 8,376 meters deep. And along the edges of this trench, an almost incomprehensible quantity of methane hydrate has been accumulating for thousands of years. AI can now predict exactly when these methane hydrate deposits become unstable: ocean temperature, depth pressure, and seasonal change. When these 3 factors align, a methane eruption from the trench becomes probable, and that eruption can lift a vessel off the water surface and drag it to the ocean floor in moments, so fast that there is no time to send an SOS, no time to put on a life jacket, no time to leave any trace at all. The AI analysis revealed one more devastating connection. Methane gas reduces water density, meaning a ship cannot float. But when that same gas cloud rises into the atmosphere, aircraft engines stall. The air-fuel ratio collapses. Both ship and plane become impossible to control. This theory was first proposed by Dr. Karl Kruszelnicki of the University of Sydney. He has stated that most Bermuda Triangle incidents are explainable human error and bad weather. But certain incidents fall outside every conventional explanation, especially one. The year 1970, pilot Bruce Gernon. He flew directly through the Bermuda Triangle, and what he experienced challenges physics itself. Gernon flew through that cloud tunnel. When he emerged, Miami was directly below him, but by his calculations, Miami should have been 45 minutes away. His fuel tanks were almost full, as if he had flown only 47 miles, but he had flown 250 miles. Gernon described what he called an electronic fog, a mist that surrounded his aircraft and caused all instruments to behave impossibly. Analysis now suggests this fog may have been an extraordinarily concentrated electromagnetic field, one that distorted space and time. Time distortion, space compression. Science fiction. But Einstein's general theory of relativity, extraordinarily powerful gravitational or electric curve space-time itself. The physics allowed. And here is the AI's most extraordinary finding. Analyzing every documented incident from 1900 to 2023, the AI identified a 7.3-year cycle. Every 7.3 years, a peak of incidents occurs, and the next predicted peak, 2025. 2025. We are inside that cycle right now, and the AI did not stop there. It identified the specific months, specific atmospheric conditions, and specific geological pressure combinations when traveling through the Bermuda Triangle is most dangerous. Is this information publicly available? Some of it yes, some no, because some of the data sources used to train this AI analysis remain classified. Government documents, naval intelligence reports, observations that never made the news. National security, a triangle of ocean, an explanation humanity cannot be allowed to see. Why? Because if the full truth surfaces, everything we understand about the world changes. What comes next you won't believe in. Stop. Think for a moment. 309 people, 27 people, 1,000 people. These are not numbers. These were human beings. Fathers, mothers, children, people who left their homes one morning and never came home again. What history hid is now revealed. Truth can never stay hidden forever. Now we know the Bermuda Triangle is not a myth. It is a real geographic location where natural forces converge in a combination that exists nowhere else on Earth. Methane geology, magnetic deviation, hexagonal clouds, rogue waves, all in the same place. But is this everything? Are these natural explanations sufficient? Then how do you explain Bruce Gernon's story? The time jump, the impossible fuel calculation? Does nature have an answer even for that? Quantum physics tells us realities are possible in this universe that fall entirely outside our normal perception. Time is not linear, space is not fixed, and the Bermuda Triangle may be a point where these realities temporarily break down. And from this possibility arises the most terrifying question of all. Those who vanished in the Bermuda Triangle, did they truly die? Or are they trapped in another reality, in a place from which there is no path of return? Science cannot yet answer that question, but a U.S. government agency, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, has recently acknowledged that an above-average number of anomalous oceanic events have been recorded in the Triangle area. They offered no explanation for why. Official acknowledgement, official documents, documented incidents, and still no explanation. Is this the limit of knowledge, or the limit of disclosure, or is the truth known but not spoken? Because history teaches us only one consistent lesson. What is hidden for a reason, and the greater the reason, the stronger the effort to keep it hidden. The Bermuda Triangle, perhaps its truth exists in 3 layers. First, natural hazards. Methane, rogue waves, magnetic deviation. Second, human error, magnified by those natural forces. Third, what no official is willing to say aloud. But today we know one thing. Amid this mystery, the human stories must not be lost. Those 309 sailors, those 14 pilots, those 1,000 people, their families still wait for answers, for closure, for the truth. What history hid is now revealed. Truth can never stay hidden forever, and the work of uncovering that truth is not finished yet. At this very moment, researchers across multiple countries, government agencies, and AI systems are working toward this mystery. Every new satellite image, every new seafloor scan, every newly declassified document brings us closer to the truths. And one day, perhaps soon, that final answer will come. The answer that ends a family's decades of waiting. The answer that rewrites history textbooks. The answer that changes everything we believe about this planet forever. Now, the final truth? The information you have been waiting for throughout this entire video. In 2024, a suppressed National Science Foundation report, not yet officially acknowledged, states something that changes everything. That report states a highly anomalous radiometric thermal signature has been detected in a specific section of the Puerto Rico Trench beneath the triangle. This signature does not correspond to any known geological process. It has no conventional explanation. This thermal signature pulses at regular intervals, in a specific rhythm. Scientists have been unable to demonstrate that this rhythm is natural in origin, and the cycle of this pulsation is 7.3 years. The same cycle the AI identified, the same cycle that predicts 2025. What does this mean? It means the Bermuda Triangle incidents are not random accidents. There is an energy source deep within the Earth that activates on a specific cycle, and when it activates, every vessel passing through that zone at risk. This discovery, if confirmed, would not merely solve the Bermuda Triangle mystery, it would rewrite our entire understanding of Earth's deep geological processes and perhaps transform maritime safety for every ocean on Earth forever. But for that future to arrive, the truth must be acknowledged. The files must be opened. The mystery must be treated not as mystery, but as a scientific problem with a scientific solution. And those 1,000 families must finally be given an answer. That answer has not come yet. The files remain closed. But through the combination of AI science and independent research, we have never been this close to the truth. And that is the greatest tribute we can offer to the memory of 1,000 souls. The Bermuda Triangle, a name we give to the unknown, but perhaps the real name of the unknown is patience, because every mystery has a solution. After every darkness, a dawn arrives, and that dawn is coming. What you witness today is not an ordinary documentary. It is the convergence of 126 years of history, science, and human courage. The Bermuda Triangle still holds its deepest secrets, but today, for the first time, we stand face to face with that mystery, and we are not turning away. If this truth has left a mark on you, if you believe that mysteries like this deserve answers, then this channel was built for you. In every video, we search for the truths that history has tried to bury. Whether you subscribe or not, that is entirely your decision. But if you choose to, you will never run out of questions. And I leave you with one question for the comments. If you discovered that governments know the complete truth about the Bermuda Triangle, but have chosen not to share it, would you want that truth revealed? Or are there some truths that humanity is better off not knowing?